Howdy folks, this is Jeff the Crypto Cook coming at you out of a hotel in Lincoln, Nebraska. This is my first video doing on the road in a hotel, so bear with me folks. Alright, let's jump right into it. Mark Cuban, Shark Tank star and billionaire investor, is teaming up with the soda brand Dr. Pepper to offer a Bitcoin college tuition grant. A business major at UC Berkeley and a computer science major at Boston University were selected from a pool of student applicants to compete in a Bitcoin toss, according to a press release from Dr. Pepper. The winner of the live coin toss, which is scheduled for this Saturday, will walk away with $23,000 worth of Bitcoin for tuition support. Last October, the Aristide Institute of Executive Education at the Wharton University of Pennsylvania announced a partnership with crypto exchange giant Coinbase to allow students to pay for a blockchain-focused curriculum with Bitcoin, smart contract platform Ethereum, and stablecoin USD Coin. The partnership is a first for any Ivy League institution or U.S. business school. Developed in partnership with leading blockchain economic consulting firm Prism Group, Prism with an M. The university's 6-week Wharton certificate program is designed for business and technology professionals seeking a crash course in blockchain and digital asset economics. Coming at you from the Daily Hodl. What a great name. The Daily Hodl, that's a really good name for a crypto news website. Has anyone else heard of this Constitution DAO? This previous Thursday night, auction house Sotheby's played host to an unusual bidder, Constitution DAO, which stands for Decentralized Autonomous Organization, an ad hoc group of over 17,000 donors who pitched in to collectively buy a rare print of the Constitution of the United States of America. However, according to a Wall Street Journal report, the billionaire hedge fund manager Ken Griffin was able to outmatch the group. Ken Griffin is a very infamous name right now for anybody in the GME crowd. However, even though Ken Griffin last February claimed he doesn't know how to think about cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, and as a result doesn't think about them at all. The 53-year-old reportedly intends to donate the document to a museum. It's a good thing we have good people in this world like Ken Griffin to help us out in these sorts of things. But there are people in doubt. All of these thousands of donors who tried to buy this copy of the US Constitution, what happens to all that money now? Where does that money go since they lost the bid? In exchange for their Ethereum donations, individuals received People, an ERC20 token that would have granted owners governance powers in the Constitution DAO, which would have managed an LLC that actually owned the document. The price of People has crashed since the DAO lost the auction. Allison McCauley at Unblocked Future on Twitter made a good point because she brought up the fact that a lot of people even did crypto for their first time as a result of this event, as a result of all these donors trying to get this copy of the Constitution. There's a lot of first-time crypto users, which is significant. According to this graph by Dune Analytics, this orange section represents first-time transaction from November 17th, November 18th, November 19th. That's a thick piece of orange. Anybody who watched the first episode of The Crypto Cook knows that there are politicians in South Korea trying to fight so that people can get on board with the Bitcoin movement. And there were other politicians who didn't want to do that. However, said politicians are starting to change their mind about that in South Korea. Ruling South Korean party makes pro-crypto policy U-turn. The head of the ruling Democratic Party in South Korea has promised to make a dramatic U-turn on crypto policy, claiming that the time has come for the government to stop regulating crypto and start fostering the industry. I will try to pronounce this correctly. Song Yong-gil, the Democratic Party's chairman in South Korea, as stating that the government needs to establish a blockchain department in Busan, the nation's second city and the home of the nation's only blockchain regulation-free zone. He claimed that the move would help the country get prepared to become more competitive in the digital currency stakes. We are seeing more and more countries hop on board the crypto movement. Deputy Governor Bae Joon-seok, probably pronounced that incorrectly, states, "We are currently conducting a digital Korean won pilot to test the technical implementation potential of its basic functions, such as online and offline payment, with the goal of completing this process in June of next year," which means June of 2022. This last story is quite quite significant. El Salvador, which translates to the Savior, plans to build the world's first Bitcoin city, funded initially by Bitcoin-backed bonds. President Nayib Bukele said on Saturday, doubling down on his bet to harness the cryptocurrency to fuel investment in the Central American country. Speaking at an event closing a week-long promotion of Bitcoin in El Salvador, President Bukele said the city planned in the eastern region of La Union would get geothermal power from a volcano and not levy any taxes except for a value-added tax. As many of you know, El Salvador was the first country in the world to adopt Bitcoin as a legal tender back in September of this year. Likening his plan to Cindy's founded by Alexander the Great, El Salvador President Bukele said the Bitcoin city would be circular, with an airport, residential and commercial areas, and feature a central plaza designed to look like a Bitcoin symbol from the air. They're just having too much fun with it now. This is going to make El Salvador the financial center of the world, President Bukele said. The bond would be issued on the Liquid network, a Bitcoin sidechain network. To facilitate the process, El Salvador's government is working on a securities law, and the first license to operate an exchange would go to Bitfinex. Well, there you have it, folks. More countries are hopping on board. El Salvador, translated to the Savior, which many people think of as cryptocurrencies, is this heroic, decentralized thing that's going to save us from the banks. Ironically enough, the country that translates to the Savior is going to have the first Bitcoin city in the world, apparently. It was also the first country to adopt Bitcoin as legal tender, so you folks can make up your own minds. But here has been the Crypto News. I'm Jeff the Crypto Cook, signing off.